500,000 views.
Do you feel like a thirst trap?
We're getting to know the viral TikToker, Philaye, his personal life.
Okay, so what do you look for then?
And his new movie, The Unhinged, is going down tonight.
What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG. And welcome to Dear Black Gay Men Live. It's still our short, bullshit-free step out of our comfort zone to talk about all the emotional ups and downs along the journey to happiness. Now, we're having real conversations with real people live on the Dear Black Gay Men YouTube channel. This show will come out on Valentine's Day. Hopefully, I will have a Valentine by then. But in honor of the day, I am talking to the Valentine-in-my-head. He has been creating content on social media and recently added movie producer to his resume. Check this out.
Girl, we really got to get you a man.
2 black men were found slaughtered in their homes. They're saying we might have a new Night Stalker.
I'm just casually dating right now. I just want to meet new guys, experience new things in this chapter, you know?
Thanks for a fun night.
Get homesick. What are you doing here?
I keep leaving.
What are you doing?
I think I like her.
Please welcome my Valentine-in-my-head, Philaye.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Sidebar, I love that name. I love
Thank
that name.
you. It's random.
Has anybody ever called you a fillet of fish?
They have. I don't prefer that one. I prefer filet mignon.
Oh, because you high dollar.
I like steak. I really do like steak in general. So, but yeah, also that. Because filet of fish, that's McDonald's, right? Or is that just like a thing in general?
I mean, it is McDonald's, a filet of fish. The sandwich with the tartar sauce and the cheese on it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And for some reason, that bun always gets stuck to the top of the roof of my mouth, so I don't ever use it. I don't ever eat it.
I haven't had one of them in a long time.
So the first question I've always wanted to ask you is, do you feel like a thirst trap?
Feel like a thirst trap? In some ways, yes. In some ways.
What does it feel like?
I don't know. I don't know, because I look at myself as much of a thirst trap as anyone else. You know, I feel like us black gay men, hint to the title of the podcast, I feel like we just look good. So, I mean, I know a lot of thirst traps, but I don't know. It just feels like chilling. I don't know, just living life.
Like, so I remember the first time I saw you shirtless on my Instagram feed. And I was like, well, first, of course, I said, is that a birthmark? And then I was like, but he cute though. So
Thank you. And it's vitiligo, yeah.
And you did the video about all the crazy questions you get about vitiligo.
I do, yeah, I do.
So I am not going to ask you about vitiligo. The girls can Google it if they want to know about it.
Okay, that's fair.
But like you thirst trapping, is that like a conscious decision? Like, do you be like, oh, I need to take my shirt off for this one?
So some of the time, like if I'm liking how my workouts are going, like, you know, maybe I will like to, you know, like, yeah, show my gains or whatever it is at the time. Yeah, sometimes it's just like, hey, I just want to, you know, have fun with this body while I got it.
So I'm always curious, now that you are a public figure, what is dating like?
I don't know, because I guess it depends on how you define dating. So, because I'm the type of person who likes to go out on dates if I'm in love. Like, I really want to, go out on a date when I'm in a relationship. So, yeah, I would say for me personally, I don't know. I just, in particular, the guy I'm getting to know, I'm just getting to know. I like to privately date. So the guy and I, because he also is like more of just a private type of person. So, that works out. I want to be like Issa, how, you just pop out, you got your ring, and they like, oh, but who is your man? And that's how I want to be.
Okay, so but I would take it that the person that you're dating is not a prominent figure like you are, is he?
No.
Could you date somebody who was like Instagram famous?
Maybe not.
Really? Why
I don't
not?
know that it's not that I couldn't, because there's guys I like who are, like I don't have anything against that. I guess more so where I am right now, I guess I'm just not. But it's not something that I like rule out. But it's not something I prefer either, because I feel like if we're too similar, that could be like almost not balancing. So it might just be a lie.
Dear Black Gay Men Live is brought to you in part by
That's one of the reasons why I love her so much, because we can connect on so many levels like that.
Through her pictures, I was like, this girl is beautiful. I was like, good God.
Hit the notification bell because we're going live.
Like that's the least of my worries. The size.
Oh, I think relationships are becoming more complex.
Tuesday and Thursday every week
Welcome to Dear Black Gay Men Live.
at 9 p.m. Eastern. What up, though? Jay the Gentleman here. We want to know who you are as you're talking to us in the comments. So that we can see your name, visit StreamYard.com/Facebook to grant access. That's StreamYard.com/Facebook. Do it. Do it now.
But I want to ask some questions about online dating, because you are like the online dating guru, Philaye. Phil.
Like Jack.
Because I mean,
There you go.
you work with Jack, so it's like
I do.
so aside from Jack, I'm assuming you've used Jack before.
I've used it. Yeah.
Aside from Jack, are there any dating apps that you would recommend?
Right now, I don't think I would recommend the others, just since I got to deal with Jack. But I would say there's other good ones for sure. Oh, Scrub.
Okay.
Just because that's also owned by the same people.
That's
So
owned by
I'll
Jack.
throw them out there. Scrub and Jack
I
are
just
under
thought
Free
about
Street
that.
software. So I'll say those two.
You got it. So when you were, you said that you're getting to know someone. So I'm assuming that you're not a free agent anymore. But when you were,
Technically, yeah.
okay. So what do you look for then when you log on to Jacked or Scruff or whatever app you may be using? What are you looking for? What piques your interest?
So I actually haven't ever on Jacked. I've never really considered any guy I've met on there for a relationship. Okay, so if I'm looking for someone for dating, I like somebody funny, somebody nice, honestly, because some people be like, I want a mean nigga, tell everybody no. Like, I do not want somebody who's naturally mean, because I'm sensitive and I don't want combat. I don't want it to be war, the relationship. I want somebody really super nice, down to earth.
How do you communicate that on a dating profile? Aside from saying I'm nice and I'm down to earth, like how can somebody say that on their profile and to where you be like, oh, let me hit them up?
Shit, what did my profile say? Or what did theirs say? I don't know. Hell, if they just cute, then
Yeah,
that's the first step.
There we go. They gotta be cute. And
we
what
gotta
is cute to Philaye? What is cute to Philaye? That's what I want to know. What is cute?
Just a nice, handsome black
5'10",
man.
220 chocolate.
Yes, my man ended up being chocolate. Yes, it's just.
So that means I got a chance. I got a chance to make Philaye my Valentine. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So what is the craziest situation you've been in online? Have you ever been catfished?
I've been catfished. My first time was in middle school. Because I was still in the closet. I thought I was talking to a, wonderful little 12-year-old girl from Chicago, and I was an 11-year-old boy in Detroit. And we were chatting online, And then she wouldn't want to get on the phone though. I'm like, girl, you are like, then you're my girlfriend. Pick up the phone. One day she answered the phone. It was a grown man. And so that was my first time being catfished.
Oh no.
I didn't
That
tell my
makes me
mom
feel
still
bad.
like I didn't even know it was a like horrible thing. I did know to block them, so but I didn't freak out. I randomly mentioned it in high school, and my mom was like, "What are you talking about? When did this happen?" I'm like, "Oh, girl, that was like 5 years ago." So
Somebody said it. Somebody said in the comments. They said, "Come on, middle school."
oh my god, I see that. So yeah, that was my first time
And then
being
he said,
catfished. I mean,
"Not a
since
whole
then,
grown man."
yeah, it was, and I'm trying to think. Since then, have I been in wild scenarios? I mean,
You know the fun. You want to know here funny story? So before we started filming, Philaye told me that he is significantly younger than me, but I came out when BGC was a thing. Do you
Bad
even
Girls
know what
Club.
BGC is?
Bad Girls Club. Oh no! Oh, I remember. Okay, I think
Is
the guy I'm dating, he
Black
mentioned
Gay Chat.
right.
Black Gay
Somebody
Chat used
mentioned.
to be a thing
I'm mad
in
I missed
like the
it.
early 2000s. And I came out when BGC was brown. Get this. So this is my story. So somebody was using a picture of me and had the nerve, audacity, and unmitigated gall to meet me in person when they were using my pictures on their profile. I knew it was me, and so I wanted to just see how far they would take it. We ended up meeting at an IHOP.
Did they look like you? Like what?
Not at all. Like at the time, I was like 5'9", 140 pounds. So they were like 210. They were chocolate though.
Oh my god! And what did he expect? Like it wasn't him. So what now?
I don't know. I mean, he saw me. We walked down. I pulled. This is back when you could just start getting like an internet page on your phone. So I pulled up the pictures and the profile on my Palm Trio, and I showed it to him back in the day. This was a long fucking time ago. But that was my crazy situation. The chat box is loving the fact that you said Black Girls Club, not Bad Girls Club.
I thought that
And
might be it.
No, BGC Live was a thing. So BGC Live came when it was blue, but before that it was blackgaychat.com and it was brown. And that's when I came out.
Hang, I had not heard of that one till recently because a friend did say something, and I said the same thing, Bad Girls Club, because I remember hearing about like Black Planet or something, but that's like the earliest like additional thing I remember because my sisters had situations on that. The news came to our house. It was crazy. So
Black Planet was right before BGC was a thing. I remember my freshman year of college. I'm in the computer lab back when you had to have a computer lab because ain't nobody had no computer. I'm in the computer lab with the fast internet, perfecting my Black Planet page, adding music and a background, and learning HTML code so I could be live on Black Planet.
Oh my god!
And so when this commenter says I'm officially old, me too. We officially old. Like we need to be married and out the game by now, but clearly I'm single, trying to mac on Philaye.
Oh my gosh.
So, but that does beg the question. So, how does somebody shoot their shot to you? Like, what can somebody say? What's a message that would make you immediately respond if you got it online?
So the funny thing is the way that the guy who I'm talking to now, we actually met on Twitter, and he quoted one of my like posts, a video or something that had me dying laughing, and somehow we ended up on the phone the next day. Like we just from then on, somehow we got in the messages, we laughing, and so honestly, yeah, making me laugh is a great way because then I might make you laugh, and you gonna make me laugh again, and we just gonna. So I mean, that has to be, I guess, whatever the
humor.
Connection. So humor definitely is a good way. Like we're gonna be on the phone, ha ha ha, he, like yeah. So
I'm here for it. So you said you've been conversing with this person a couple months. What does it take for it to be official to you?
It will really just take me feeling all the way ready. I had told myself that I was going to, because I got out of my one gay relationship when I was 21, right around graduation of college. So I told myself, okay, I'm just gonna like do the single thing till my 30s. So since I'm starting to reach towards 30, since I'm at 27 now, I told myself I was gonna start getting myself ready and back into, just that headspace. And yeah, so he's just a little bit early, so we're friends right now. Because, I'm still doing my work, on me, still got to live as me. But yeah, I mean, it's good to have, early people.
Okay. I'm here for it. I'm here for that. Let's take a break. So when we come back, we're gonna see if Philaye is toxic or not. I'm looking forward to
I
this
can
part of
answer
the
that for
conversation.
you.
We'll be right back.
No. I can't. No hugs.
My work ethic is above yours. You cannot fucking sit with me.
Well, apparently you weren't on mute when Brandon came at you in that group chat, so apparently you did see it.
How old are you? Why are you yelling? How old are you?
Why are you yelling? In a real tough, discussion right now. But hey, what's a show without drama, huh?
He's at work and he don't want to deal with y'all bullshit. Exactly what he said to me.
You've been called out on that shit before. You be contradicting yourself. My thing is just take ownership of the shit that you do.
You get slapped, and you get slapped. You get slapped in front of him too, though. You get slapped for him too, though. You get slapped for him too, though, nigga.
Bitch. I want you to. I'm gonna knock you out. You better not swing. Bitch, stop playing on me, ho. Bitch, cause you doing that. You know you fucking wrong. You know I got attitude. Don't touch me. You are fuck you. Stupid ass.
Get in the conversation.
This comment says, I did a good job. It's time for a congratulatory ejaculation session.
Chat live on the show and get exclusive content.
The bottoms are going to eat me up for this in the chat.
Join the Dear Black Gay Men Insiders group on Facebook.
But I was tagged in a particular video more times than I'd like to count. And it is MJ Harris. Do you know who MJ Harris is?
I do, and I did go ahead and check the video out before hopping on. Yes.
So MJ Harris is a lot. The girl exhausts me. But we have to respond to this because I was tagged in it so many times. MJ Harris recently posted to his YouTube channel 5 toxic types to never date. He says never date these type of men or people because he's talking to a very mixed crowd. Mm-hmm. But the girl makes me tired when I listen to her. I don't want to date shame her because she has a very public dating life that I do not appreciate.
I saw those scandals.
But the content is I have opinions. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, so the first type of toxic person that MJ talks about is, check this out.
The first type of person that you should absolutely never date. Don't give them your time. Don't even lay down with them, all right? I'm telling you this right now because sometimes that get into your head. Y'all be laying down and that hypnotizes you. And the next thing you know, you caught up in a love spell that you ain't never supposed to be in. But listen, all right? The first type of person you should absolutely never date. I call them Mr. Emotionally Unavailable, okay? That man or that woman for that matter, that type of person where they are just not emotionally available. When you try to talk with them about future plans for a relationship or something like that, this person changes the subject. This person don't never want to talk about titles. This person just seems to be emotionally disconnected.
So, the question I have for you, Philaye, what does emotional availability look like to you?
I think that he did say it well in a sense that, like, when you're emotionally unavailable, someone may try to talk about something a little deeper, go a little deeper about maybe you all or something about dating, and then you kind of just like ignore it and just kind of not necessarily go as deep in. And yeah, so but sometimes you only do that some of the time, and so I think that with some of the other points he made in the video, it'll bring up some additional things. But yeah, I would say that was true, that not wanting to talk about those things and wanting to just like go with the flow, just vibe, just kind of me, is emotional unavailability.
Are you emotionally unavailable?
So I'm very emotionally available for friends. And I really believe in, when dating, like whoever I am with, automatically we're going to need to really have a very good friendship anyway. So I'm very emotionally available for friendship. And so the guy who, I've been getting to know, he knows, that hey, when it comes to the friendship end, absolutely, we can go as deep as the ocean goes down. But when it comes to the relationship stuff, that's where I'm not as emotionally available. If something more vulnerable is said, or, if certain things are said, I might, pause for a couple seconds and just, try to figure out. But honestly, he understands. Like, he gets where I'm at, my face, he just understands. So.
Okay. I mean, again, I think this particular point is kind of universal. Nobody wants to date somebody who's emotionally unavailable. That doesn't make sense. Like, you don't want to build an emotional connection with somebody who ain't available to it. I ain't got no notes on this one, but let's go to the next one.
The next type of person that you should absolutely never date, I call them Dr. Feel Good, okay? The kind of person where literally they only tell you things you want to hear.
So this one, yeah, I definitely do agree with that one existing, because I feel like a lot of the times when you get into a relationship, like the one that I was in the past, we got together the day that we met. So, it was kind of that thing where, of course, we were selling whatever.
Oh, y'all was like some lesbians.
We were lesbians. We were college lesbians.
Y'all was like some lesbians.
We were. It was just so crazy. It was just very young and spontaneous. And because I was technically DL, but then we kind of came out together. It was a lot. So, yeah, I do think that it's possible to, in the beginning, feel like everything is what you want to hear. So that is something I'm a little careful of now. Like, even in the situation, for example, I honestly do feel like a lot of the time I am hearing what I want to hear. So that does partly almost make you like, but no, I think that
don't you want somebody to gas you up?
No, I'm saying it gives you that little thing that's like, but remember, I did say I really do like nice people, and I can't date somebody who's like mean to me. That's not something that, just because my family, just whatever childhood trauma, all that, like, I can't really deal with that. So I appreciate it, honestly. It's like, damn, here you go saying all the right shit again. Like, fuck. So, yeah. Every single day, it's just like, damn, again. So, yeah.
Okay. So I want to know from everybody in the comments, do you want somebody who gasses you up, or do you want somebody a little more, I don't want to say abrasive, because nobody wants anybody abrasive, do they?
I definitely want someone who gas me up. That's absolutely a requirement, because I'm going to gas them up. So, we got to have that equal thing, because I'm going to give you the same thing. Shoot.
This comment says, but there's a difference between a person who gasses you up versus a person who doesn't hold you accountable when you're wrong. I do agree with that.
I agree with that. And that's why actually it's funny, because I was in a conflict with family back in December. And I remember I was like trying to talk him through it, and he heard one of the details wrong. So when I found that out like a couple days later, I'm like, you were supporting me through this, but if you thought the detail was this, I was definitely in the wrong. So I actually was like kind of upset, because I'm like, dang, I care about your advice. Like, although you're positive most of the time, like, I want to know that you're going to tell me if I am wrong and if I am making a big mistake for my life. Because, yeah, I don't want to be led down the wrong path. Now you done yes-manned me right into my grave. Like, so, yeah.
Okay, I get that. This one says, gas me up, but don't gaslight me. Now, I've done talked about that on my podcast many times, about how I used to gaslight my ex. I am guilty of that. I owned it. I have apologized. I've told him about it. So I was guilty. Was past tense. Nah.
We're not gonna hold it against you. Shoot.
This one says, I want it all. But I do think it's important. I think one thing you said was you do want someone to gas you up, but also be able to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. I agree fully with that. But I don't like how he characterized people who Dr. Feelgood, where all you tell me is good shit. If I'm a dope ass person, I expect to hear good shit all the time.
Right. I think it could have been better worded, like basically someone who's like not honest and is just gonna like tell you whatever you want to hear. Yeah, because I think feel good is good. Honestly, who don't want to feel good? I think
why would I get with somebody who don't make me feel good?
I think that's true that the wording could have been a little different. Yeah, because it's all about honesty. Like if you're being honest in your good vibes, hell, do them, but just don't fake it and then cause a situation like that.
I'm here for that. Let's go to number 3.
Let's do
the next type of person you absolutely don't want to deal with, I call them Mr. Mixed Signals or Miss Mixed Signals. You call it whatever you want, baby. It's the same thing. I'm talking about that person where they are hot and cold. One day they texting you all day, sending you sweet nothings and all the other stuff. They want to spend time with you. You Netflixing and chilling with them. And then the next day, the next week, you don't hear from them.
I've been there before.
On which end?
Both, probably. Yeah.
You sent mixed signals?
Yeah. Because I go on how I feel in the moment. I'm a Cancer, I'm a water sign. So I really go on how I feel, but unfortunately how I feel drastically changes. So yeah. And especially like when I was in the relationship and trying to get out of it, it's like we would be on maybe a little break, unofficially or officially, and I would be almost trying to like, fall in love with some other guy so I could feel comfortable leaving the relationship. But then I'm like, oh shoot, I love my man. So then I cut that guy off and he's writing me a letter while I'm trying to make it work with my guy while he's having a situation. So yeah, I say I could send mixed signals because the signal, it just changes. They said don't put it on water signs. Fine, I'll take that back. Hell, it's just me, I go on how I feel in the moment. But yeah.
So I will say I've been people have told me that I send mixed signals, but that's just because I suck at texting.
Yeah, and that definitely can just be the case too. Like sometimes it's not even that I'm meaning to send a mixed whatever. Life is busy, shit. So
life do get busy. But even when I'm just sitting at home doing nothing, I just suck at texting. I am not I ain't gonna be the one to have a whole conversation with you via text because you want to talk to me 8 hours of my 8-hour workday. Like,
that's real.
I'll call you when we get off of work and I'll talk your head off on a FaceTime, but I ain't gonna text you all day. And people interpret that as mixed signals.
Yeah, as an adult, I don't really like to just text all day either. It's like while we on the phone or in person, cool, but like I'm just not really in that like just I need to be all giddy, like text you all day, hearts and kisses. Like it's just not really the phase I'm in. But maybe if I'm all the way in the situation, I would feel differently and just want to like do that. But yeah.
Now, full disclosure, MJ was talking about mixed signals as in they want to do boyfriend-girlfriend relationship stuff, but don't want the boyfriend-girlfriend relationship title. That's what he was talking about, or that's how he explained it.
So I have made a mistake and done that before. Like, you're feeling all like emotional or whatever in the moment or whatever it is, and you blurt out that I love you, and then it's just like, this was definitely too soon for that. But you just feel how you feel. I do sometimes just go on how I feel and just have fun. So
now I think that is water sign shit. That right there is some water sign shit right there.
Sometimes you just gotta like really be in the moment. Like if you feel it in that moment, say it. But yeah, that's a problem though. So yeah, I try my best not to.
You was probably putting something on somebody way too good. Or maybe they were putting it on you too good. And you just like, I love you. Maybe.
It just be a good mutual moment. And, then you just push forward.
I could assume so many things about that, but we won't right now. Not right now. Let's keep going. So the fifth one, this is the fifth and last one that MJ talked about.
The final one, and there's more, feel free to comment below if you got some other ones, is Mr. Breadcrumbs. You know what breadcrumbs are? How someone drops breadcrumbs to make you follow them. You know, if you're trying to lead an animal somewhere, you drop breadcrumbs. Mr. Breadcrumbs. They lead you on. Every time it feels like you pulling away, they try to pull you in with something more. Baby, I'm so sorry. Can I take you out? Can I do this for you? Can I do that?
Yeah, that one's not me. That's doing too much. Because I'm honest enough to like at any phase, look, if I want a relationship right now, you'll know. If that's not what I'm going for, you'll know. So that one seems a little bit more drastic, like, yeah, or maybe it was just the video he used. Like I was just getting toxic straight man, like doing certain things that I'm like, okay, maybe I don't do those. But yeah, because I'm like a friend to who I date with. You know, I'm not gonna be trying to treat you like that. If we're really dating, I'm not gonna be trying to give you breadcrumbs and make you struggle. Like, if I like you, I'm gonna like you.
I think that I think I'm in the same boat. If I like you, I'm gonna like you. But I also acknowledge that I have been breadcrumbed in my past. Somebody who liked me, but wanted to maintain their freedom, their autonomy, their disconnection. And the second that I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna just do me, they like, but you acting funny. Why you moving different? And why you ain't call me? And I'm like, bro, because we're not there. This is not the thing that we're doing.
Right. That's real. I've had that happen in the past too. Like when I first started talking to guys, I remember I was just so confused. Like I liked this one guy so much, and I'm like, why won't he just like be as consistent and want a relationship? But I had a whole girlfriend, so I guess it was hard to like fully go all the way with me. So I felt so offended. I felt so attacked. I'm like, we seem to really enjoy each other. Like, why aren't we going all the way there? Meanwhile, I'm like not even still in a relationship. So I had that
in a whole relationship.
Like, what about?
But I will say that what we do when we're younger, we can't be helped. We can learn from it, but we can't hold that against somebody. Like if I was fucked up in my 20s, then
yeah, I agree. Because I mean, I am not even, I'm not shy about the fact that, I've had my own share of experiences that's like, those type of young experiences or dating experiences where you're like, okay, well, gotta learn from this, and be honest with ourselves and I'm maturing. I'm real with myself and the people I date. Like, I'm not even afraid to tell them, hey, like, this is, who I am. This is my story. What's up? So, and they're the same way. So, that's just how I roll.
Well, Again, I think that was another one of those that is like universal, like breadcrumbing somebody, as he explains it, is not cool. But I have been guilty of it in my younger years. But then I've also been on the receiving end. So karma.
What up, though? The conversations stay lit on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Hookup, entanglement, situation, relationship, everything from dushing to dating.
A top verb, but I am not a top noun. I am a guru at first dates.
It's new every Wednesday. Subscribe now. We're talking tops.
This idea that tops are boring, trash.
With my guest, Torian B.
So for me, I need you to show up in your full, authentic self.
Are they toxic?
Tops are toxic, and that's what tops are.
And what do they want everybody else to know?
Let your mouth write a check. Your ass can't cash right now, bro.
It's going down Thursday.
Every episode of Dear Black Gay Men Live, I ask my guests a question from tonight's conversation cards. Tonight's conversation cards are the question deck that invoke deep, stimulating, and tantalizing conversation. It's perfect to set the atmosphere for a first date, a third date, or even when you're already in a relationship. Phil, your question comes from the Essential First Date Icebreakers deck. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
would you consider yourself a introvert or an extrovert? And explain.
Introvert.
Really?
The reason is that I really am able to have so much happiness hanging alone or with people. Ever since I was younger, I really enjoy both. So really, I would say ambivert, but I feel like the reason I would say introvert is because extrovert almost needs a whole lot of like interaction, maybe in social things to feel complete. But I honestly really fill my cup up in a cool way. So I'm gonna go with introvert.
A lot of people assume that I'm a extrovert because I talk to people for a living, and I'm not.
You
Like
love those moments
I would
alone.
not. I wouldn't even say I'm an ambivert. Like I like being by myself with my dog. Like I got a big ass dog in the other room, and I
Okay.
like
You
sitting on
got
the
more life
sofa.
in the house than me. It's just me.
I got a dog and some plants, and I could water my plants and mind my business and drink my water and be okay.
Like
And
I did not at all mind the stay at home whole thing. Like I know some extroverts who it was a bad thing for them, but I almost don't know if I could have survived without that time. Like I needed to reset. I needed to chill, just a little break, a break from everything because it felt like everything was moving so fast. There's just always something to do, somewhere to be, is how it felt. So the introvert in me definitely benefited from the pandemic.
I will say that what I'm learning now, because this is the first season I'm doing this live show, right? Second season of my podcast, first season I'm doing this live show. And I'm just starting to get people to recognize me out because I live in Atlanta. So I go out to Bulldogs or wherever, and people be like, "Are you Jay the Gentleman?" Just asking me that is kind of weird. But then people just assume that I have a conversation or I have a good question or I want to talk about stuff. And I'm
Maybe
like,
you got a
bro,
hot topic on there.
I'm living my best life trying to have me a cocktail, like get me a whiskey on the rocks, and you over here asking me all these fucking questions.
That's
Now,
real.
one dude was cute, so I did have a question for him, but
not the cute fair.
The cute boy was I had a whole lot of questions for him, but excuse me, I'm just like I don't be having nothing to talk about.
No, but I
like
feel
I got
you.
stuff to talk to you about because I've been thinking about this for 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks to get these questions together.
That's real. That's why I feel like introverts related so much to Awkward Black Girl back then. And because I definitely watched Issa's web series while it was on YouTube, sitting there in high school, like, wow, this is really some relatable shit. Not a girl at all, but like, yeah, it's just something special about that. So that was one of the projects I enjoyed as an introvert growing up. Because I mind my business. I'm more like a cat. I can get a little doggy, but I'm also just like honestly be doing me. Like I'm not gonna bother you. I'm gonna clean myself. Like
so fillet a fish. That's what we said. You fillet the cat.
Oh well, that's fillet the pussy.
I mean,
I'll take it, child.
You said it. You said it, not me.
I'll take it.
We won't talk about whether that fits or not. But for the sponsor, if you want to spice up your date nights through Q&A, the affiliate link to tonight's conversation cards is in the description. I want to thank you, Philaye, for joining me today.
I thank you for having me. This has been a hilarious conversation.
I try to give a good conversation every once in a while.
Yes, you try to do your job. Period. You clock in.
I try. I be trying. But thank you so much. I appreciate you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Good night, everybody.
And so, Philaye is a big name in our culture. He has been on all of our TikTok feeds. He's been on our IG timelines in one way or another. I wanted to have him on Dear Black Gay Men Live because I think we put targets on people who are known in our culture. Some of us do support. We watch their shows, we subscribe to their channels, we share their shit. But a lot of us drag their names, we subtweet, and we ask stupid questions about vitiligo, not realizing that in one way or another, we want our names to be just as big in the streets as theirs. I am proudly on the come up. The plans that I have for this show and this channel are huge. But that would mean nothing if people like Philaye or any of the other guests that I've had weren't willing to take a chance and show up on my little channel and talk to me. And for that, I thank Philaye and all of my guests. So, dear Black gay men, how you treat people now is exactly how how they will treat you when you get where you're trying to go. That was our show. I am Jay the Gentleman. If you like this episode, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. I want to thank my guest, Philaye, and I hope you all meet me here every Tuesday and Thursday. I will talk to you later. Bye.